you see and hear a lot of people that just fall on the ice, they break their wrist or their leg and, things just random like accidents that happen in everyday life.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we were on a fucking mountain and we fell on rocks.
hard falls, which honestly, we should have broken some bones.
Yeah.
And a person without strength training, I would put money on it, would have broken bones in those situations.
Absolutely. I wouldn't doubt
you would have broken
that for
your
a second.
arm, your wrist.
Mm-hmm.
I could have shattered my kneecap, a leg, worse.
Yeah.
Welcome to Cut the Crap with Beth and Matt, the world's #1 no bullshit health and fitness podcast.
Are you ready to cut the crap with your diet and exercise, get strong as fuck, and build a healthy relationship with food? Then you've come to the right place.
Let's go. If you'd like to support us in the podcast, join our Patreon where you get exclusive content, which consists of monthly workouts you can do at home or at the gym, monthly challenges that are either strength, habit, or mindset based, and access to over 100 plus low-calorie, high-protein, family-friendly meals. These are all designed by a professional chef who is certified in nutrition. These recipes are already in MyFitnessPal for easy fucking tracking. New recipes are also added each week.
We believe that fitness is for everyone, so this is our way of getting you started on your health and fitness journey at a price most everyone can afford. So what the fuck are you waiting for? We'll see you in the Patreon. All right, Beth, here we go. Another episode.
Episode 51 to be exact.
Episode 51, our second episode of our second year. Let's do this.
Fucking crazy. Second year. That sounds so Craig.
Wow.
We're old school.
we're crafty veterans now.
We're professionals now.
Not. Let's see. So we have an important topic we want to talk about today, but before we get into that topic, this will be a quick episode, I think, but recovery. How are you doing recovering from Mount Katahdin? Are you feeling good?
I'm really tired, actually.
Still?
I'm still tired. I feel physically good.
Good.
Like
just mentally, emotionally drained, perhaps?
Yeah, I just want to sleep right now. I don't know. Maybe because it's the weather, but I'm feeling sleepy, but I've gotten my workouts in 3 times this week. I've gotten my 5K a day in, mostly on my bike. I haven't done a 5K. No, I did one 5K walk slowly, and then the rest has been on the bike.
There you go. So you're still getting the damn thing in. You're getting some movement in.
I'm still doing it, yeah.
Unfortunately for me, I haven't gotten fucking any movement in.
I know. Oh my God.
Thankfully today I can move a little bit better. I'm walking a little bit, The swelling is pretty much non-existent at this point, and I'm recovering, and that's what's important.
Yeah.
Less than 6 days into it, and I'm getting there. So I think by the end of the weekend, I'll be better.
Awesome. I mean, it could be worse. Like you could be on crutches and fucking in a cast. So
yeah, having a fractured or shattered kneecap or something, or worse, could have been so much worse.
Oh my God.
Now, speaking of it could have been worse, right? That's what we wanted to talk about this week, was kind of strength training and how that's helped. First of all, how it helped us on the Mount Katahdin hike, but how it applies to everyday life, right? So
yeah.
I
think people, when they think of strength training, they think that they go into strength training because they want to look a certain way, right? But really, there's so much more than the looks that come with strength training.
Oh my God. Yes.
And it really, this weekend really kind of brought a lot of that to light.
Mm-hmm.
Because
in which way?
Well, I don't think people realize that strength training helps bone density, which we both fell really fucking hard and could have broken bones. You see and hear a lot of people that just fall on the ice, they break their wrist or their leg and, things just random accidents that happen in everyday life.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we were on a fucking mountain and we fell on rocks.
hard falls, which honestly, we should have broken some bones.
Yeah.
And a person without strength training, I would put money on it, would have broken bones in those situations.
Absolutely. I wouldn't doubt that for a second.
You would have broken your arm, your wrist.
Mm-hmm.
I could have shattered my kneecap, a leg, worse, a back, Jesus. Yeah. So that's a great point. So strength training builds bone density, which is going to help you in the long term of the rest of your life. It helps combat osteoporosis as we age.
Right.
And that's why when many people fall, when we start to age and get older and you break something, it's because you're weak.
Yeah.
Your bones are weak because you're not taking care of them. You're not strength training. So strength training is a great way to maintain your fucking independence as you get older.
That's the thing.
If you fall when you're into your middle and older years, you're fucked. Like you can need assisted living from that point. You can need a wheelchair, this and this and this. But now
hip replacements is a big thing.
Replacements, knee replacements, shoulder injuries. All this stuff can be can be combated by strength training.
Yeah.
And not only that, right? But like when we were on the hike, what were the things we were doing? The movement patterns that we were doing. And these are the movement patterns that you and I talk about all the time.
Lunging. Lots of lunging. Yeah.
Lunging, and a step up is a type of lunge. So we were doing lunging, right? We were doing these awkward movements and stretching so far with our legs to solid footing. That's a lunge. We couldn't do that if we didn't have the stability and the mobility to do that we built from strength training.
Yeah. And going down the mountain, like I just think of like all the arm. We did a lot of upper body too, which no one thinks about either. We were pulling, like pull-ups, pulling on rocks with single arms and tricep dipping,
pushing away from things and pushing each other, like to help people get up over a big boulder and a big rock, pushing them up over that, pulling them up over that. Yeah. Twisting, right? Twisting is
lots of twisting
movement pattern that we need to get good at. Walking, of course, gait. That's what we were doing. So, and
not to mention the actual falling that we did, but actually how many times that we caught ourselves mid-fall.
Prevented
which is a lot of times.
If we kept track, it'd be
holy shit. If you were like at the end, you're like, oh my God, Beth, you're fucking gonna give me a fucking heart attack. How many times I caught myself?
You almost fell so many times. Yeah. I was like, Beth, like God, fucking look, get your shit together, focus.
Hey, but I caught my fall. So
you did. Because that's the thing. We were so tired and exhausted, and we weren't concentrating on one step at a time. We were just too worried about getting done with the hike and getting off that godforsaken trail.
Yeah. Fucking saddle.
The strength training, guys. It's
strength training.
Key to so many things in life: longevity, improving the quality of your life, preventing falls, helping them to not be so bad if you do fucking fall. Not only that, but it can help with a lot of other things as well, right? Like arthritis, it can help combat that. It can help reduce pain and stiffness and increase the strength and flexibility in those affected joints and muscles.
Yeah. You shouldn't be in pain getting up off the floor or off the couch or carrying groceries or carrying your child or doing everyday things, getting in and out of your car.
On that note, Beth, really quickly, if you're sitting on a couch or a chair or in your car and you can't get up without using your hands, wherever you're doing right now, if you're sitting down, try to stand up unassisted without using your hands to support you. Okay. If you cannot do that, this is your wake-up call that you need to start strength training because you are weak.
Yep.
I'm sorry, but put it that way.
And that sounds harsh, right?
Up unassisted, you need to fix that now. And it doesn't take much to fix that. Okay. You can start doing the things we talk about all the time to help build up that functional fitness, because that's gonna impact your health long term, and that's going to impact your independence at some point.
Yep.
Hard truth, right there.
Hard truth. Yeah, and start where you are. We have our Patreon. We have beginner workouts in there. If you guys, $5 a month. We're not talking about like going to a freaking class, 30-minute HIIT class. That's not strength training. That's great cardio. Right. It's fun, right? It helps you sweat, but that is not strength training.
Yep. Absolutely. Not strength training. Some other benefits of strength training, to name a few, it can help combat diabetes, right? Because it can improve your glycemic control. Strength training can help you improve your A1C, all these other metrics that go into diabetes, because it's a lifestyle disease if we're talking about type 2 diabetes.
Right.
So it can help managing those symptoms. Heart disease, right? Strength training can strengthen your heart. It improves your lipid profile and overall fitness in conjunction with some walking that we recommend doing every fucking day. You do some walking, some strength training a couple days a week, you're going to be ahead of the curve.
Yeah. You don't have to do 5 days a week of strength training. Like Matt just said, you can do 2 days a week of full body is plenty.
If your overall goal is to live a better life and be a little bit healthier, live longer, you could get away with doing 2 days. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep.
Absolutely is correct.
We don't want you guys to be bodybuilders and powerlifters.
Right.
That's not what we're here to talk about, right?
We're talking about
that's your thing. Cool.
Quality of life here.
Yeah. Absolutely. Also, another common one is back pain. So many people come to me, my back hurts so much, right? Well, guess what? Strength training strengthens your back. And if your back hurts, if you're in constant back pain, you probably have a weak core.
I was going to say a weak core. Yeah.
Weak core. So strength training can help build up your core strength, and that in return reduces stress on the spine. That's what our abs are here for, to support our spine. So building up your abdominal muscles, making them stronger, it can help improve your back pain for sure. And then of course, obesity, right? Like strength training can help combat obesity and improve obesity because we're building lean muscle mass. A strong body is generally, more often than not, a healthier body. And when we're building lean muscle mass from strength training, we're improving our metabolism, which means your body burns more calories at rest just by existing.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I think this is especially important to note. We're talking in a context of overall quality of life and longevity, right? Especially as we start to age. It's so important. So important. I just know you and I, when we were talking, we were just reflecting on our falls while we were still on our hike. We're like, oh my God, like we are so thankful that we are strong and fit.
Yeah. I remember specifically saying, I'm so glad that I strength trained. I mean, I'm almost 50 years old. Think about like if you're a 50-year-old person that's never strength trained. If you fell like I did, you most likely would have broke something. 100%
I agree. That fall was
guarantee.
Massive. I mean, people, you've been showing people that. Let me see that fucking bruise that you have. You guys, if you can't see this, probably not, because we don't do videos very often.
Yeah.
It's just
fucked up.
Size of her entire forearm, and it's bruised, a yellow and brown and purple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good times.
Without strength training, you likely would have broken your wrist or your
for
arm.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my son broke his arm doing way less than I did. And at like 7 years old. So, he didn't have, obviously his bones aren't fully developed. So that's why his broke.
But not only that, but the way you fell, you had the core strength and the mobility, I guess, to stop yourself from falling and making it worse, because where you fell, it was pretty much a straight fucking decline. Like one wrong step and you're tumbling down that mountain. That's no bullshit. Yeah. And you were able to stop yourself.
Yeah. That was fucking scary.
Yes. That was a scary moment indeed. And we were talking about the hike. Obviously, we already did our episode for the hike, but it was amazing though, honestly. So we still recommend going out and doing hard shit.
Yeah.
Don't regret it for a minute. We just want to talk about our experiences of doing this and how it can help you learn from our experiences, learn from the shit that we're doing, but also go out there and do hard shit yourself.
Right. Don't be afraid of climbing a mountain because we fell. Like the things that happened to us were, I've done Katahdin a lot of times and I have never fallen like I did. So, it was something that happened. It was very slippery because it was fucking raining a few days before. And so, Matt was trying to be a professional photographer, videographer. And, you hear about those accidents, about those people that are taking fucking photos off the Grand Canyon and falling down. That was like Matt did that kind of thing. So,
yeah, for sure. Wasn't paying attention to my footing. And next thing you know, there was no footing underneath my foot.
Stay tuned. I'm ready for you to post that video somewhere.
Yeah, I'll probably just throw it together on TikTok and throw it out there. Should I do the picture of my bloody knee? Because I feel like that might, I don't know. I'll put a trigger warning on there for like blood or something, I guess.
Yeah.
Should I not put the bloody knee on there? I don't know.
I'm trying to think. People get banned for less. It's so fucked up on there. I want you to do it, but I'm like, do it on Instagram or put it on your TikTok stories.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you don't know how to do those, or?
No, I know how to do stories. I just don't like.
Okay, I know.
I can't. Like, they never reach anybody. Like
yours don't. Mine reach more than my actual videos do.
Yeah.
At least right now.
For sure.
So lift some weights, you guys.
Lift some weights, and also, I guess we should say why strength training helps improve your bone density, right? Because it's doing little micro fractures. It was repeated stress on the bone, and it makes your body, essentially, they're little breaks, micro fractures, and your body's repairing them and coming back stronger as a result of that. So,
Yep. And that actually does the repairing on your rest days, not during the actual lifting part.
Which is why it's so important to fuel your body even on your rest days.
Protein.
You still need your calories and your protein on your rest days. Absolutely. Because that's when your body's repairing itself. And your sleep. So if you're not sleeping, you're not getting good night's sleep, your recovery is going to suffer as a result of that. Your muscle building and getting stronger and getting strength training is going to suffer as a result of that.
Yes.
Absolutely. Is there anything else on strength training? That was kind of a crash course, but
I know.
In essence, sum it all up, strength train if you care about being healthy for the rest of your life.
It's about longevity.
Yep. It's not about fat loss. It's about being healthy and strong and living a good life.
If you live in the East Coast or anywhere where it snows, it gets icy. There's a lot of falls in the wintertime.
Yes. Yep, for sure. On that note, too, with cardiovascular health, people die from heart attacks every year from shoveling. Because they don't do cardio. Their heart is weak.
Right.
So strengthen your heart, do some walking, get some light cardio in, get some intense cardio once or twice a week. Strengthen your muscles of heart. You need to exercise it.
Right.
Or your heart's a muscle, not your muscles a heart.
Yeah. And so when you think of like fat loss and things like that, and you're like focus on the exercise because this is what it's going to do for you, not because of the fat loss thing. Like get rid of that.
That's a byproduct of it. Like,
it helps, nutrition. But this is about living a fucking life of value and not being in pain and broken limbs and things. Right. That's important.
It is. I don't care if you lose weight, if you're weak and unhealthy. What's the fucking point?
Right.
You can lose weight and not be healthy. Okay.
You can be in a coma and lose weight. And then those people end up losing all their muscle. So
right.
You don't want to do that.
All right. So when this episode comes out, it's going to be September.
Holy shit, it'll be September 2nd.
September 2nd when this episode comes out, which means new month for our patrons, for new workouts, for a new challenge. And of course, we have new recipes every week if you are part of that. So what should we do for the month of September for a challenge?
I think trying to think of that.
We were talking about it when we were together, right? And we want to do something mindset related. I think something about goal setting, like goals for the month and like an action plan of how you're going to reach those goals or something like that. What do you think? Something.
Yeah, I'm trying to map it out in my head of what that would look like on a 30-day scale.
Right. Obviously, that's a very small time frame, but it's enough to get some momentum going.
Mm-hmm.
So, sure. Yeah, we'll think about it. But yeah, if you're listening to this, the new workouts are available. I'm gonna emphasize for our accessory movements. Gonna do some bicep work this month. We did triceps was kind of a focus point for the accessories in August. So now it's going to be biceps for September. So in addition to, of course, getting really strong at the basics, like we always talk about, squatting, hinging, walking, pushing, pressing, pulling, all that good stuff.
Yep.
Yes. New month.
Yeah. New month, new goals, new chance to start again.
Yes. New month, new me. Who it is?
Who it is? Every day is a chance to be a new you.
It is. You don't have to wait for the first of the month.
I know.
Or Monday. Or after your next vacation or after the next holiday. No.
Yeah.
Start now. This is the time to start. The best time.
There's always going to be something. You gotta prepare for life here.
Yep. If you're always putting things off, like, oh, I'll wait till after this and this and this. If you're giving yourself a rationale, if you're rationalizing things like that, you're always going to come up with something as to why this is not the perfect time. There is no fucking perfect time.
Right.
Do it now. Do it now.
Timmy's always going to have a birthday. So.
Right. There's always going to be something, some type of
anniversary, some fucking, I've heard it all.
Yep. And me, right, I'm struggling with injuries right now. I have my injury from hiking and I'm having an elective surgery, which is going to keep me down for 7 days, at least. No strength training. You can say, oh my God, why me? Like,
you're fucked.
Yeah, I'm fucked. Or I could say, hey, it's just a week or two. Like I can still control what I put in my mouth. I can still have a healthy mindset. I can still do all those other things. I'm just not going to be moving as much.
Yep.
That's okay right now.
That's all right.
That's all right.
Focus on what you can control.
Yep. I think we talked about this too on the Katahdin podcast, but you control how you respond to anything in life that's handed to you, right? You can throw a pity party, like, oh my God, I'm injured. Like, why is this happening to me? I fucking quit. It's pointless. Mm-hmm. Or you can say, hey, you know what? Yeah, I got injured. That sucks. But I'm not going to let this define me. I'm going to take this as a challenge. What can I learn from this rather than why is this happening to me?
Yeah.
And I'm going to come out of this stronger.
Yep.
You ultimately decide how you respond to any situation in life.
Yeah.
Make the right decision.
Exactly.
Because you are going to make that decision and you're going to own it. Whether it's the right decision or wrong decision, you're going to own it and you're not going to make excuses for it.
Mm-hmm.
Because we don't do that here.
No.
Nope.
No.
All right, Beth.
All right, you guys.
Anything else to add?
I don't think so.
Short, sweet, to the point. Get your strength training.
Not today. Fucking strength train. I know you might not like it, but hey, you're not going to like being in a fucking hospital bed either. So choose your hard.
Choose your hard. Choose the right hard.
To me, falling and breaking something is way harder than actually fucking strength training. So
well said,
that's what I think about that. Yeah. All right, you guys.
Fuck yeah. Let's go.
Fuck
bye,
yeah.
Beth.
See you later. Bye.
Hope you enjoyed this episode, so why not share with a friend who needs to hear it? Send us a DM on Instagram or email us at cutthecrappod@gmail.com and join our Patreon at patreon.com/cutthecrappodcast. As always, we appreciate you and thanks for being here.